Hey guys, Chart Stoppers back with another video. In this channel, we take a look at different stocks and map out their key support and resistance areas on their chart. It's important to know these areas before buying any stock, and it's also important to know what kind of a trend a stock is in before you buy into it. Support and resistance is one of the most important things you should know about a stock before you either buy or sell. Also, if you're doing any day trading, swing trading, or options, you're definitely going to want to get familiar with support and resistance. Just to let you know, I am not a financial expert. These videos are for educational purposes only, but I am here to point out key factors on the charts which do impact the price action of a stock. I also provided a link in the description for Webull. You could use it to start an account and get 2 free stocks, and I also provided a link for Robinhood. You could use that to start an account and get 1 free stock. And just to let you guys know, we will be doing 3 videos per week on 3 different stocks. So if you have a recommendation, leave a comment below and I'll try to get to it. And with nothing more about that, let's get into the market today. Today is March 16th, 2021, and currently the Dow is down 0.33%. The S&P 500 is up 0.17%, and the NASDAQ is up 0.75%. So let's get into the stock we're taking a look at today. Today we are going to be looking at Microsoft. Okay, today Microsoft is trading at $239.14 at the moment. It's up $4.33. That is 1.87%. And it is up on the day. Today I'm just doing a follow-up video on an earlier video I did where I did a full technical analysis on Microsoft's chart. As you can see, I already have the chart mapped out here. I already have the support and resistance areas mapped out from the earlier video I did. If you haven't seen it, you could go back and take a look at it. I will provide a link in the upper right-hand corner. You should be seeing that right about now. And just go take a look at it, and you could see how I got to these points right here, all these support and resistance areas, and you'll see where I got those from. So let's just take a look at the chart here and see where we've come from that last video. Let me just zoom in here. And as you can see, the top of our chart here, we have a high of 245 as our resistance point. This thing has hit an all-time high of $246.13. So I put our high resistance point of 245. That's going to be where our chart tops off at, and that's going to be our top resistance point. Now, back in January on the 26th, they had earnings come out, and they absolutely crushed their earnings. So you saw this thing take off, and it was trading up around that all-time high for a while. You saw it trading in between the $240 range and the $245 range for about a month here after those earnings. And then you saw the correction happen right around February 19th is when it started right in here. And that's when the price action dropped off a little bit, and you saw all of big tech, Microsoft included, all the price, everybody started selling off all their tech stocks, and this one, was no different. You saw a big correction in it, and right now it's starting to recover. So let's take a look at what happened here. Okay, so when the selling started, we had our $240 support, and that was the first one that we lost here. You saw that absolutely just get crushed right here, and that was the first one to go. And the next support level we had after that was our $230 mark right here. And it actually held up for a while during that correction, and then we lost it right here on the 25th of February, and it closed right below there, but it did not break that 50-day moving average that day. Okay, so you saw a little bit of a recovery after that, and then right around here on the 3rd and the 4th, you saw some more selling, and it actually dropped below our 230 support right here, and it dropped below the 50-day moving average actually. So it came close to, it actually dropped below our next support level right here, which was 225. It dropped below it for a little bit on March 4th right here, but it did recover, and our $225 support did hold up. So we didn't have to worry about it dropping below that. And if it did drop below that, we would be looking at this thing moving down towards the 210 area. If it did drop below this 225 and close below there, we would be looking at the 200-day moving average as our next support, and then we would be looking at that 210 right there. But it did recover from that 225. Our support did hold up, and we saw a little bit more volatility over here. And finally, we saw on the 8th, that was a big selling day right there. It was a rough day for big tech also, so that was a bad day. We saw it come down and kind of test that 225 again, but again, it held up. So it kind of traded in between that 225 and 230 during the worst of the correction. But as you could see, after the correction was over, let me move over and zoom in here. After the correction is over, we see it recovering, and now it's starting to move back up towards this 240 where it was, before the correction happened. So I'm fully expecting this thing to get back above this 240, hopefully sometime in the next month or two. And I think it's all going to depend on what happens with this 10-year bond yield and this inflation data that comes out. We're hearing a lot about that now. That's happening with the Fed and Jerome Powell, and they're having a meeting today and tomorrow about that. So we're going to keep an eye on that. That's going to be big for these tech stocks like Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, and Facebook and Netflix. So we got to keep an eye on what's going on with that. So it looks like Microsoft is recovering from this correction, and it is trading in between two support and resistance areas. It's getting close to our resistance here at 240. So I would be watching that if you're looking to trade this. This is a selling point right up here. The support was at 230, and the resistance is at 240. So that's something to look at if you're trading this right now. If you were holding on to this and you're looking to sell, if it does not break through this 240 right here, that would be a selling point. If you have options or if you're just looking for a swing trade, if you got in around 230, that would be a selling point right up here, a good time to sell. But if you're holding for the long term, I would definitely, hold on to this stock and wait for it to break through this 240. And it will probably move on to all-time highs later this year once this volatility is over with and everything gets back to normal, once they get everything figured out with these interest rates and all that. And another thing that, to think about is they do have earnings coming out on April 27th of next month. So that's another thing to hold on for if you're holding this stock too. They will probably beat earnings. They have been coming out with very good numbers lately, and they've been killing the expectations. So that's going to be another thing to look forward to next month. April 27th is their earnings date. So I'm expecting them to come out with great numbers like they have been lately, and we'll see what happens with this stock. So that's just my quick update on Microsoft. Hope you guys liked it. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and make sure you hit that like button. And we'll see you next time on Chart Stoppers.